My life has been full of little miracles, lots of them. But probably the most important one occurred 3 years ago. And I decided to go over to take one of the cheap, fast heart scans during American Heart Month, just for kicks. And it was truly a very exciting experience, and I was very pleased to participate in that. But when I got home that night, I got a telephone call from the radiologist, and he said, "Your doctor needs to see these results right away." I had no symptoms whatsoever, absolutely none. There was no history in my family. Of course, immediately I plummet down into this horror and this fear. And I said, "Well, what did you find?" He said, "Well, there's a ballooning in your artery." I said, "A ballooning?" And he said, "An aneurysm." Well, I knew what an aneurysm was and immediately followed up with my doctor. And about 3 or 4 weeks later, I found myself in the operating room having open heart surgery to repair an ascending aortic aneurysm. John Ritter died from it, so did Lucille Ball. And I learned just the other day from a cardiologist at Harvard that Albert Einstein also died from a ruptured aneurysm. After the surgery, of course, I came to in intensive care. And I was up and walking around that night, and then immediately moved down into the cardiac care wing the following morning. And I probably could still recite the first names of the nurses, the orderlies, the food service workers, everybody that came into that room, the housekeepers, because they truly were my lifesavers, not to mention the physicians that came in every day to see how I was. The staff anticipate your every need. Warm blankets, change in diet, pajamas. I was wearing 2 pair of pajamas instead of a hospital gown. Soap and the ability to shower. Somebody brought me shampoo so I could wash my hair in the sink. The little things that were done for me, that's the compassion side. I could look up at the monitor and see what the vital signs were and understand them, but making me comfortable, making me feel dignified, and making me feel loved and wanted and cared for, that's the compassion piece, and that was 100+%. But my main goal was to get back on a water ski behind our boat in one of the area rivers. And the most joyous day of my life was probably the following October when I was out enjoying my slalom ski. Men or women, if you're over 50 years old, you need to get screened. And that's why I say I want to be a poster girl for early screening. Because in my case, it literally saved my life. And I'm living proof of why cardiac surgery is rated as high as it is at this hospital.